Hello and welcome to Modern Broadcast. Today we are going to be taking a look at our handy dandy ROG Ally once again, this time doing a mod case for it. Let's get into it. Ba-ba-ba, no. Cut that out. Try that again. Hello everyone, and as I said, we are going to be doing a mod case for our ROG Ally. This was sent to me by HandheldDIY, who wanted me to check out their product, give an honest review. So I did not pay for this. Basically, this modification is supposed to be fairly simple, where we're going to be taking the back off our ROG Ally and replacing it with, oh my god, variations is the word I'm looking for. They do have a couple color variations. This is the clear one. It's a bit of like frosted glass, I think, is what it's supposed to look like. But they also have a white one, and I think there's a black one as well. It has a built-in kickstand, which is going to be right here, and also a little nameplate here that you can customize yourself. And yeah, so I thought I would do this review, kind of check it out. It's supposed to have a better cooling than the stock on the device itself, so figure let's go ahead and get started and start modifying. So real quick for the unboxing, here is the mod case. Again, this is by HandheldDIY, where they do custom print jobs and modifications for several different gaming handhelds. I think they are doing the Switch, the ROG Ally, Ally X, and I think they have a couple of the other handhelds out there right now, like the Steam Deck. And let's go ahead and get started here. So it came in this cardboard box here. It says DIY handheld up top. On the back of the box, it says mod case for ROG Ally. That's really it. Right here it says what's inside the box is a mod case with kickstand, thermal conductive silicone tools kit, strap, and instruction manual. So this is the translucent model. Again, they have also white and black, I believe. Let's go ahead and get it open. Handy dandy kniff. Zoom out just a tad here. I'm getting a little close. Okay. Upon opening it, we have the instruction manual right here on top. I'm never good at reading instructions, so I'm going to set those aside and hopefully not have to refer to that later. Up next, we have a bunch of little rubber X's and a QR code. Oh, it says optimizing ROG Ally experience, addressing back button non-clickable issue by improving filament precision. So recently we've observed from feedback that some customers have experienced less than optimal click response from the back buttons on their ROG Ally devices. After thorough investigation, we'd identified that this issue stems from variance from manufacturing tolerances between the ROG Ally devices and our consistently dimensionized mod case, leading to a potential filament discrepancy up to 0.3 millimeters. To address this with precision and care, we are introducing a customized solution, tailored silicone covers for enhanced button functionality. Note that if your back buttons work well after installation of the mod case, please disregard this reminder. And there's different sizes here, 1 millimeter, or I'm sorry, 0.1 millimeter up to 0.3 here. So we shouldn't have any issues, hypothetically. If there is, every device has a tolerance for what's still passable, and this is just going to help with that if there's any issues with the back button. So I'm going to set that aside for now. Going to remove this cardboard piece, and here we have it. So yeah, this has like that kind of frosted glass like I thought. So I wouldn't call it translucent. I would call the Flipper Zero probably more translucent, which I have right here. This was crystal clear, can easily see through, with clarity. This is more of like kind of a frosted look to it, which I think it looks nice. I think it's going to look great in comparison. I just wouldn't call it translucent. Here's all the equipment for our back buttons, so we can get those transferred over. Flipping it over, we see we have a handy DIY nameplate here and our kickstand. That's nice. Not much bend, which is good. You don't want it to be super flexible. Feels like a quality product. It's very smooth. We do I like on the original, it's textured. Has that texture there. We lose that with this. It's just a very smooth backing. But I'm sure there's like little grips you can get as well if you want that textured feeling again. So we have replacement screws along with a little screwdriver. So that's nice that they provide that. Feels like we have some thermal padding. It's very cold. It's really hot today. It's like 90 degrees, and this has been sitting outside, and this is very cold. So good thermo. For whatever reason, we have a watch band that looks like it goes to an Apple Watch, which, I mean, I have, but I don't know why this is in here. So you might get a watch band if you order this. I don't know. That's, yeah, okay. So now with this unboxed, let's go ahead and switch to our ROG Ally and remove that backing. Since we're going to be unscrewing the back of this device, I went ahead and pulled out my silicone mat. I'll have a link in the description down below, as I have gotten a few questions on this now. There's a couple different sizes available, but I'll have a link in the description below for this mat if you are interested. But taking our ROG Ally here, one, we want to make sure not to hit the power button when we're flipping it upside down like I just did. We have a couple screws. Looks like we have 6 Phillips screws, and we're going to go ahead and get our electronic screwdriver and just go ahead and get those removed for the backing here. While we're getting these unscrewed, I think this is a great time to say be sure to like this video and hit subscribe for more Modern Broadcast content. Also check out modernbroadcast.tv, as we do have some new merch available on the site. So these screws are a little bit long. Ooh, try that again. So these screws are a little bit longer than I thought. I thought they were going to be pretty short, but they're actually pretty long. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside in these little squares. The only one I'm having trouble with is this middle one here. It feels like it might be shorter, but I can't actually get it out. So I'm going to just keep trying here, but we're going to go ahead and grab our little separator here. I think it has a technical term. I don't know what it is. So now it's separator. And we're just going to go along the sides, just get this opened up. Okay. That's why. So underneath, there's a little plastic bit here, which was preventing it from coming out the rest of the way. So yours might have that, or it might come out for you. For me, there's that little bit there, so it was not coming out. So here is our ROG Ally now with the back taken off. And if you are wanting to upgrade the hard drive space, it's very easy. Just underneath this little flap here, we have, is that an M.2? Yeah, we have our M.2 right there. So this is the stock still 512. I don't have a replacement for doing that modification myself right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and start installing the custom backplate here and go from there. So the nice part is that it is just those 6 screws, and we already have access to upgrade the storage on this device. So for those of you that have the stock that are wanting more, it's definitely easy to do. Alright, so before we put this on the back, we're going to need to take, looks like, a couple things here. So we need to take this stuff and transfer it over to this backing to make it whole. So we're going to go ahead, flip this on over, and basically whatever we see here is coming over here. Zoom out just a tad for that. So there's a pretty strong magnet underneath here for these triggers. So this little screw keeps trying to zip over to it, so that way you don't lose them. There we are. Okay, we need to take out the back buttons, which you need to be careful because there is a teeny little spring underneath this here, the screw here. Just carefully kind of pinch and pull till the button comes out. Just push it in, get that spring around there, the top of the spring, push, and pop out. There we go. Set that aside for now. Spring top, and whoops. Let's try that again. Spring hopped out. So, okay. This has these foam pads here. That might be what these thermal pads are for. I'm going to leave that out for now. And I'll probably end up taking it apart and putting it in. Maybe. I don't foresee this coming out. It's glued in there. And as soon as I pull it out, it's going to rip it. And there's no replacements for those. The only thing I think of is that it is this. But this also isn't like sticky. So it would just kind of sit there and just flop about. So let's go ahead and get our ROG Ally back. Go ahead and get this put back on nice and carefully. Yeah, it feels good. Okay, trying to be careful, just making sure that nothing's in the way or nothing's too different. Okay, so I'll appear to click pretty good. Have enough room. Okay, let's go ahead and put in, I'm just going to put in the original 6 back in. Since these are all bundled up, I'm just going to keep them there. Reuse our original ones. There we go. I do have my screwdriver in low gear, so it can't strip anything or damage anything inside if something just happens to not be lined up. But I think we're pretty good. I think everything's all lined up decently well. Button it back up here. Last one here. I am going to take the small screw out, so underneath here, because that is stuck in the original. So I'm going to just grab the small guy out of this bag, so that way it's all put back together. There we have it. Let's go ahead and zoom in. I gotta say, it is nice. The front is the same, but then having that clear back just kind of is very 90s nostalgia. I'm gonna have to zoom out just a tad. There we go. I like being able to see the electronics inside the handhelds. You see the 2 batteries here, and we have double the output here. They're bigger than what they were. I mean, if we look and compare the space, you know, here's the cutout. And so the airflow is definitely going to be better with this backing on it. It doesn't have this screen filter on it, so it's going to be less filtered, but it kind of has a screen. It has like a 3D printed screen in there. And little holes in there, so the filtration should be okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and boot it up, and it might be dead. I've been playing this a lot lately. Okay, it's dead right now. So I'll charge it up a little bit and then record that segment, but standing up, I mean, it's pretty great. It now has a built-in kickstand. Being able to play with controllers, you can play with a small controller, hang out, have it just be propped up on its own, while keeping the ventilation open for it. So overall, very nice. Really like it. So real quick, now that we have this all attached here, HandheldDIY was kind enough to make me a custom nameplate that says Modern Broadcast for the channel. So let's see, can we get that? There we go. That looks pretty good, right? We're going to go ahead and remove this. It is just a 3mm tape on the back side here. So I assume that's how this is actually adhered here. So we're going to just remove the one here and replace it with ours. Yep, just a little bit of pressure here. It removes that. No problem. Set that off to the side. Get our Modern Broadcast one and add that as such. Take a look at that. Is real nice. Thank you, DIY Handheld. Really appreciate that. I'm loving the look of our custom ROG Ally. Buttons feel great. And then another thing, I put this together. So this is a completely different day. I mean, we're on a completely different night of recording from when I actually did the installation. That was like mid-morning on the weekend. Here we are now, a couple days later, in the middle of the night, and I kept getting stuck on this watch band. What is this? Why is this here? And instead of just sending a message out asking, I actually sent an email like, hey, this is weird that there's a watch band, in the box. That has nothing to do with the product. And right after I had, I'm going to not open this right now, but right after I had sent that, all of a sudden it just kind of dawned on me. I wish I hadn't sent that email, because if you take this and slide it in to like so, I think we want to feed this up through here so we can still use the kickstand if needed. What you now have is a battery holder. You can strap a battery to the back of your ROG Ally and plug it in if you have a battery pack. So extending the battery life, which is so smart. Again, I wish I hadn't sent that email. It's like, this has nothing to do with the product. What's going on here? Why is there a watch strap? That doesn't make any sense. And I then had to send another email back basically stating, never mind, I figured it out. It's holds an external battery, so you can game on the go for longer. My bad. But there we have it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this custom case here. I'll have a link to it in the description down below. And with the built-in strap here to hold an external battery to power it and keep it on the go, that's great. My favorite feature is the built-in kickstand. And yeah. HandheldDIY, thanks so much again for sending me this product. I do really like it, actually. I think the design is cool. I love seeing electronics inside. The ROG Ally doesn't have much, but I do like that we're able to see what's going on inside, the ventilation, the kickstand, and this custom nameplate. Thank you so much. Have a great week, everyone, and see you next week. Take care.